Hello and good morning. It is Tuesday morning. It's a beautiful day. Sort of. There's some blue sky out there, but it's the middle of January. It is what it is. Okay, so some cool things today. Really got some good traction from yesterday's message. Didn't get as many views as I normally do, but it seemed to have more impact. And to me, the impact is far more important than views or clicks or likes or anything like that. So I really appreciate the people that commented on the other platforms, and I'm glad it hit home with some people, because that's the whole idea of this, to make the world a little better, one person at a time. Excuse me. Still have a little bit of a cold. Oh man, blew my nose this morning. My ear popped and I just fell over. It was the weirdest thing. Feeling a little punchy today. I've been super busy this morning. Lots going on. Huge announcements coming. Really excited about them. I know I keep teasing you, but it's going to be a good year. I also had some friends reaching out as of late. Especially some old film friends. It's really cool to hear from you guys. I really love it. I don't get to see people as much as I'd love to, but it's really cool to hear from them. Anyhow, I want to talk today about being weird. I know I'm weird. My friends know I'm weird. But they still love me anyhow. In fact, I think they love me because I'm weird. Or at least partially. Now, here's the thing. I've said this to a few people as of late, and they've taken it as an offense. When I say you're weird, I like it. I want to explain why weird is cool. I don't know if they'll see it, but I'm certainly going to say it here. Our whole lives, when we get put into school and everything else, we get programmed to fit in, to be a part of society, to do things the way that other people do them so we don't stand out. But the fact of the matter is, our society does not progress by everybody being the same. It's our own weirdness that makes things better. It's our weirdness that advances culture, advances society, advances the human race, because we're weird. Think about this. The most remarkable people on the planet are weird. They may not seem weird now because they've come out the other side of it, but at some point they had to be seen as weird. I'll give you an example. Any famous musician had to be weird at some point. I know my buddy TT said he would sit in his room alone, playing his guitar constantly until he got good enough that he could go out and play with other people. And then eventually he plays stadium shows. I don't know if they're stadiums, but darn close, like tens of thousands of people, or at least thousands of people. I don't know how big the shows are, but the fact of the matter is, he had to be weird in order to get there. And if he hadn't been weird, he'd have never come out the other side to look good. Now, here's the thing. We're so afraid of being weird that we never spend the time in the weird to be really good. Now, I know this sounds strange or weird, but the fact of the matter is, if you have something you want to do, people will tell you not to do it. Why? A number of reasons. One, because they love you and see it as a threat to you. And that's great advice. You know, people love it. People love you. That's a good thing. Some people tell you not to do it because they don't want to see you succeed, because it makes them feel like they're not succeeding, which that's a really weird one. It is what it is. It's human nature. It's the old, you ever hear the blue crabs? I think it's the crab in the bucket. Was it Chaos had a song about that? I'm feeling a little manic today. Chaos had a song about that, the crab in the bucket. But the idea with the blue crabs in the bucket, if you put one crab in a bucket, you have to put a lid on it. But if there's two blue crabs in the bucket, thanks for the like, Tommy. I appreciate you, brother. He's actually my brother. But if you put two blue crabs in the bucket, you don't need to put a lid on it, because as soon as one tries to crawl out, the other will pull it back down. I don't know how true that story is, but it's a good analogy for the way that people think a lot in society. If you're doing something weird, people will tell you, don't be weird, be normal. Go get a job doing this, or go do this, because that's what normal people do. But the fact of the matter is, the weirder you are, the more you're going to get out of life. It's the old saying, most men lead a life of quiet desperation. Holy cow, it's getting light out now. Most men lead a life of quiet desperation because they're, hey, Carlton, how are you, brother? That's actually my cousin, not my brother. Carlton, if you'd come in earlier, you'd understand why that was funny. I'm feeling a little weird today myself. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to do something that's not normal, if you want to do something that's remarkable, you have to risk being weird at some point. Anybody who's ever progressed society had to be weird at some point. Every great scientific breakthrough was caused by weird people. Einstein was weird when he first started. It was only when he, as a patent clerk, Einstein was weird. When Einstein actually became a scientist and well-renowned and yada, 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 then he wasn't weird anymore. Then he was remarkable, meaning people would remark about him. Thomas Edison was weird until he started actually proving out his theories. We have to risk being weird in order to get to the next place. In fact, if we're never weird, we're always going to stay in with the crowd. But if you want to do something remarkable, if you want to do something that really drives you, that's really passionate, you got to be weird. Actually, somebody said to me yesterday, they were super. They loved seeing me be passionate about something that I'm passionate about, boxing, and having my guys getting trained by some pretty amazing people. But I'm weird for doing that. I guess I kind of lost my train of thought there. Let's use another example. Artists are weird. I mean. So have you ever seen a Jackson Pollock? I never understood it. I always thought that Jackson Pollock was just weird. And then I went to see his show at the AGO with my friend. And I can literally say, standing in front of his most famous painting, my breath was literally taken away. This only happened twice in my life. Once was at the Grand Canyon, and once was standing in front of a Jackson Pollock. And it was only when I understood the backstory to it that I could see past the weird. It was that time just after the first nuclear bomb had been dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And these guys were beatniks trying to express themselves through art in New York City. And the angst that they felt and the emotion of the time. And that made that art, I think it was abstract expressionism. Art history buffs, let me know. But it made that art relevant to me. And when I stood in front of this painting, it was massive. When I stood in front of the painting, I was like, wow, I get it now. It's not weird anymore. So, if you're thinking about something that you want to do, if you've been holding back because you're scared, if you've been holding back because you think it's a little weird, go ahead and be weird. Trust me. It's better than being boring. Try it. Be weird. Risk people saying, hey, that's weird. Because guess what? They're either doing it because they love you, or they're doing it because they don't want you to succeed. Either way, you should go forward saying, hey, you know what? I love that you love me. Thank you. Okay, speaking of weird, there is literally a car out front here that has a bumper made of spray foam. That is very strange. I've seen that car before. I will post a picture of that at some point. It's odd thing. Anyhow, or maybe I won't because that's just people's privacy. But geez, that's a front bumper made out of styrofoam. Anyhow, don't be that weird. That's just strange. But go out there. Look at the things that you want to do, and if you're holding back because you're afraid of being seen as weird, trust me, on the other side of that is remarkable. That's where great things are accomplished. Go be weird for a period of time. Go be weird until it's not weird anymore, and everybody starts accepting as remarkable. That's a cool thing. Anyhow, that's it for me today. Thank you for the like there, Carlton. Thanks for reminding me to ask you for a like, a share, a comment. All of these things really help get the messages out there. Till tomorrow, know that I love you. and I'll see you soon.